They're like, we're not in competition with each other. Men feel like they're in competition with us. They feel like they have to be doing more than us for them to feel more masculine, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
The women that I date, they're not trying to be more masculine than me. That's not their goal. They're not even thinking about that. When a woman makes more than a man, it emasculates them because they're like, okay, well, if you make more than me, what can I provide for you that you can't provide for yourself? Men rely on providing. They want to provide. When they can't provide for you, they feel like they can't do anything for you, and they no longer want you. I have a lot of guy friends. They'll tell me, like, when they're dealing with girls, and if they're like, oh, she's got more than me, or oh, whatever the case, they're like, I'm done fucking with her. I didn't like, but like I said, I didn't like the strap, though.
You didn't?
No.
She probably wasn't stroking you right, though.
Oh, no, that motherfucker.
Probably wild still.
Because, like I said, I'm bisexual, so I also have had...
The real, it ain't the
okay. It just wasn't hitting. It's like when you go and get like vegan chicken loaded fries or something. Like, you know it's not chicken, you know what I'm saying? But it might be close. It's just not hitting.
Shit is funny.
For real. Like, it's just not hitting like that regular chicken, that chicken fried chicken, you know. I'm a doppelganger. That really looks like her.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say Summer for her. She remind me of Summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Dre and Nicole. I fuck with them. Hold on, let me, your audio. Say something now.
Something.
Oh, yeah, you in the building now. We in the building.
We in the building.
Right. So how you doing, though?
I'm doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I had a long week. Mm-hmm. Work is work. But once that weekend hit, I'm not thinking about work. As soon as I clock out, I'm done for the weekend. The week is my weekend.
Yeah, so what you do?
I work for an oncology pharmacy.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly
is my day-to-day?
Yeah.
So I work remote, so it's a little bit easier for me I don't have a commute or anything, obviously. So I just get up, and the first thing that I do is I check my email, see if I have, anything in the inbox. And if there's nothing really crazy in there, then I get straight to work. Pretty much what I do throughout the day is I call pharmaceutical companies and check on patient applications that we've submitted to get them assistance with the medications that they cannot afford out of pocket.
Okay.
So chemo medications, because oncology is chemo, cancer, and chemo medications can run $23,000 to $33,000 a month. Which
like one patient?
One patient, which we've saved billions. We've saved billions of dollars for patients.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm more of the financial aspect of the pharmacy.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how many patients do you deal with on a monthly basis?
So our day-to-day is, our goal is to touch 30 patients. And when I say touch, meaning we're going into their accounts and whether I'm doing a follow-up with the patient, whether I'm doing a follow-up with the doctor's office or the pharmaceutical company, I'm in this account and I'm working on it. Something is being done. Okay. So 30 a day, which is 300 a month.
Yeah.
Right?
So you always talking to people.
30 times 30, 160.
Yeah.
I'm not good at, I'm not good at mental math.
Nah, you straight, yeah.
It's a lot of month.
Does that get draining though?
It's the only reason why it's not draining is because I'm remote. So when I'm ready to take a break,
okay.
Take the headphones off, and I'll walk away.
I got you.
And I don't deal with coworkers or anything like that. So it's just me. And so when I'm in the house, if I'm tired or I'm like, okay, like sometimes on my lunch breaks, I don't eat. I take a nap. I'm tired. So it's kind of, I think if I was in the office, it might be a little bit draining. But since I'm just at home in the comfort of my own home, it doesn't even feel like I'm really working. Okay. If that makes sense. It feels like I'm just calling people and talking to them.
Okay. How long you been doing it?
So I got into healthcare back in 2018.
Okay.
I worked for a company. I'm from Indiana, so I worked for a company back home in Indianapolis doing the same job that I'm doing out here. But I'm getting paid double out here, which is crazy because this is Texas and you wouldn't expect that. But they liked my experience, and one random day they called me. I didn't even know who it was. And they were like, we want to do a phone interview for you. And I'm like, what's the job? Who is this again? And they had to explain it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Went on the website really quick, and I just got the job.
Okay.
They did drug test me.
Okay.
They did drug test me. I'm not going to say too much.
No, but I can't. I be getting little odds and ends jobs just to keep some little money in my pocket. But I know ultimately I'm not going to work for nobody. I can't do it.
I don't mind working for people because... And so I don't have an entrepreneur mindset. I feel like it's a great thing to have. You know, if you feel like, hey, I can do this for myself, then do it by any means. Me personally, I kind of like to sometimes, like, I can be the leader, but I like to kind of take the back seat and let somebody else handle it, and then kind of give me like, hey, here's what you're gonna do.
I feel that.
And it just gives me a little bit more structure, because as we just talked about off of camera, like, I'm not the cleanest person, I'm not dirty, but I don't have a lot of like structure in certain areas. So with work, when I have somebody telling me what to do, it feels structured.
Okay.
So I'm able to get it done. Because if I had to do it myself, my brain, it goes 100 miles per hour.
That shit is tough, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've been full-time entrepreneur since 2019. That shit is, if you are not, I would say a structured person, that shit is gonna, like, show in your business.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I make sure that I keep my shit clean, so my mind is clean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We ain't even getting into the intro, man. Let's welcome them in. Y'all, welcome, man, to another Cold Game Conversation. I am your host, Jazz Avante, and I have a guest here. I'm going to let her go ahead and introduce herself. Tell them where they can find you. In a little bit, you already told them what you do, but just tell them where to find you at.
Okay. My name is Rachel. You can find me on Instagram _Rachel Lauren. Yeah, all platforms actually. So.
Okay, so you say you're from Indiana.
Yes.
Talk about that. Talk about you coming up.
So, was born in 98. I'm a 98 baby. I'm a Virgo
25,
baby.
26?
I'm 24 right now.
Oh, 24.
My birthday's next month.
Okay.
August 26th.
What you doing?
In the calendar. Man, I wanted to go out of town and be, and thug my rounds, but it's so hard. So me being in Texas and my friends being back home in Indiana, our schedules, they just don't work. And I made a group chat with the girls months prior, and we were like, let's get this going, let's do it. We never made it. We're not making it out of the group chat. So I'll probably be in Houston, just celebrate, maybe go do a birthday dinner, and of course I'm going to go somebody club. I'm gonna be in somebody's section. I can tell you that.
Do you got family here?
I don't. I have no family here.
You here by yourself?
I'm here by myself.
Did you make any friends yet?
I've made so many friends.
Okay.
Too many friends. I have too many people to talk to.
You give me a very, very bubbly personality.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give me.
People say
like
that.
you're a personable person. You always been like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Always. People always tell me I'm super outgoing, and I can make conversation with anybody about anything, and I think that's my best trait actually, is that I can make conversation with a rock.
Okay.
You could put a rock in front of me, it'd probably start
Really?
talking.
Even as a little girl, you been like that?
Even as a little girl, yeah.
Really?
I've always just been super comfortable, and I don't know if that's due to my upbringing and how just growing up. So we could go back to my upbringing. So I'm from Indianapolis, born and raised. Like I said, 24. My birthday's next month, and I grew up on the north side of Indianapolis, it's a pretty decent area actually. Like, it's nice. I grew up in a 2-parent household, mom and dad, married. I'm the youngest. I have 2 older brothers. So I feel like that might have something to do with it. Because they put me through hell growing up. But I feel like it made me like the tough, independent person that I am now.
I used to say, I want an older brother, but yeah, God didn't make it like that.
I love having older brothers though. They give me that wisdom that sisters, not that they couldn't give to me, but they're men. So they can give me a little bit more advice on men
For sure,
than
yeah.
a woman could.
For sure that.
So they give me the ins and outs, and they really look out for me, and that's what I love them.
That's what's up. How older are they?
So we're all 4 years apart. So I'm 24, and then my other brother, well, both of them were born in June, so their birthdays just passed. So my other brother's 29, and then the other one is 33?
That's cool.
Yeah, we're all 4 years apart.
Okay, because my sister's big age gap. I'm the oldest, 29. My middle sister's 21, and then my baby's 17. Like, our parents just sporadically.
But if you think about it, so you're 29 and you said your sister's 21. My oldest brother's 8 years older than me.
Yeah, but then me and my baby 12 years apart.
Yeah.
So, but we finally can. Right. She's at the age now to where we can talk about stuff now.
Right.
It always been me. It was kind of like I was like their mother in a sense, or aunt coming up. Because, I ain't even going to get into our family dynamic, but it's like they my kids in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're finally like kind of connecting as, I won't say peers, but adults now.
Right.
In a sense. So, yeah.
It's not just the y'all had to be together because y'all was growing up together.
Yeah.
Now y'all still, y'all
Factuals.
we're in the real world now. Y'all are on your own doing it.
Factuals.
Yeah, that I feel like it's the same way with me and my brothers though. But like just growing up, they made sure. Like I liked hanging out with them growing up. I always wanted to be with the boys. Like I always wanted to be with my brothers. They'd be like, "No, leave me alone." Like their friends would come over and I'd be knocking on their "Can I come in the room?" And they're like, "No." Like you know what I mean?
Were you like a little tomboy coming up, like playing with the guys?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Like I was a big WWE.
Oh, really?
Like I wanted to be in the WWE. Like I used to watch NXT, all the training and everything. Like I was really about that life. Like for real. And then, as you get older, you kind of dive more into your femininity.
We're gonna talk about all that too.
But
did you do like sports or anything physical?
I grew up doing gymnastics.
Okay.
So yeah, I grew up doing gymnastics. I did gymnastics for 10 years. And then I did cheerleading for probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Then I was a coach for 2 years. And now I'm in the gym.
Yeah, I want to
gym
talk
heavy.
about that. Oh my gosh, I was looking at a post you made earlier, and you was like, I be in the gym, man, and you were just kind of saying that you didn't want to, post anymore, but now you've gotten inclined to post now. So what made you more inclined to start posting about, your gym experience now?
So I started my fitness journey like for real back in 2019, and I was just recording. I didn't have a tripod or anything. I was just putting it up on a dumbbell, putting my phone up, and just recording it. And like not even making, with TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff. We have those things now where we can put different clips together and make it into a cool video. You could put music behind it. You got 60 seconds. Like I was literally just recording my workouts, dead silence, because in my headphones I can hear the music. But when you're recording on Instagram, well, back in 2019, it wouldn't pick up the sound.
Okay.
So you just hear the gym. So I would just be posting just clips of me doing just specific workouts.
Yeah.
And there was a trainer back in Indianapolis named Devin Ben. Shout out Devin. I haven't seen him in years, but I hope he's doing well. He actually started getting me on the videography type of workout type of sense. So he would be training me, but while I'd be at his gym, he would be recording me. And he was putting those clips together, and it looked so good. And that's what really motivated me to keep wanting to go to the gym, because I'm like, damn, I look good. Like, I can't stop. But seeing everybody now, like, the TikTok influencers, the Instagram influencers, seeing how these people have been able to take this a small platform and make a big name for themselves.
Yep.
And not to knock them, it's hard work. Like me just posting just a regular post on Instagram is hard enough, So people are creating, using CapCut and all types of, just different things. I'm not an artistic person, and I don't have like a design. Like I don't know the word for it, but I'm very simple. Let's say that. So I would rather just post one video than me take a video and cut it, into different things.
But let me interject, you can do the simple route. I see some creators, they'll have like one clear shot or whatever, but they make sure they give context behind it. Like they'll have like, okay, the benefits of, glute bridge or benefits of squats and things like that. You could still do it though, because I ain't gonna lie, like I saw that transformation, girl.
No, really.
You in that hole.
I was
your thing, girl.
Listen, I'm in there crushing.
What ignited you to start though back in 2019? What told you was like, you know what, I'm finna get in this gym?
So when I went to college, because I coached for 2 years, I was a cheerleading coach. But while I was in college, like, your body, you're getting to that age where things start to shift, things start to change. So I was slowly noticing, I'm like, okay, I'm gaining a little bit of weight right here. Okay, I'm getting a little thick right here. And I'm like, okay, well, what was I doing back then that that I have not done, that I stopped doing? It was working out.
Yeah.
Because I was doing gymnastics, I was doing cheerleading.
More active lifestyle.
Being active, right. Went to college, and you know how you kind of, things start to slow down. You're starting to get into the real world.
Sure. Yeah.
So I started working out. I was going to the rec like 3 to 5 times a week. Shout out USI, University of Southern Indiana. Y'all owe me my transcript. But I was going to the rec like 3 to 5 days out of the week, and it just became a lifestyle. And this is before all the influencers and everybody started doing the gym thing. There was this one lady that I used to watch on Instagram, and I wish I could remember her handle, but I don't remember it. But there was one specific lady. She taught me everything that I feel like I know about the gym, really. Like, I was just following her workouts and I was seeing results, and I was getting to the point where I could take her workouts and modify it to how I wanted to do it.
Right.
And then once you start working out with other people, I was, like seeing other people at the gym and asking them, hey, what are you doing? And what is that benefit for you?
Yeah.
And eventually, like, I just became an OG.
Yeah.
I became an OG, and I was in the gym consistent 4 to 5 days out of the week, heavy. I feel like I looked the best at that time, but then again, I was only 21, so my body was still transforming, and I feel like I'm still transforming. Like I'm still getting.
Yeah, you still young.
So I'm still filling my body out, and so now I'm at the age where I'm like, okay, you got to go to the gym, or you probably gonna get big, like for real, especially with the liquor. You gotta put down the liquor.
Same here. And I know I tell people a lot. If I didn't hoop coming up, I would be chubby because I'm a snacker.
Me too.
I love snacking. I love chips and shit like that. That's like one of my kryptonites is chips.
What kind of
carbs? All kind of chips. I love me some dill pickle chips.
Dill pickles. Ooh.
I love all girl. I'm a fat girl at heart.
Me too.
So yeah, that's why I'm like I have to stay in the gym. You know, now it's like 4 or 5 days a week now. And I just love it. I started my fitness journey in 2019 too. What ignited me to start mine was I started out basketball training, and back then, I didn't look like I was a trainer, but I was always good. The kids wanted to work with me because I was so good. I would show them the skills and stuff. But me, I'm like, you know what, Jess? I want to look like I'm somebody's trainer.
Right.
That's when I indulged in that gym, man. I started feeling myself. 5 months in. 5 months in, I never coming up, I never would be in the mirror and just flex and feel myself like that. So I started to gain confidence. So shit, I ain't looked back since.
Yeah. Are you from Houston?
I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
So I'm kind of half and half though. I moved here when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not. I feel like everybody starts the gym out in the same way, but like I said, like with the influencers, like they're making.
They making bank too.
They're making bank.
That's
just
why
for posting content.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People are making more than full-time salary just posting content of doing something that they love.
Yep.
And that was back to what you said. That's kind of what's kind of starting to motivate me to want to record. But I did go to the gym the other day, and I had a stain on my butt, so I couldn't record. I didn't want to record it. I was like, damn, you got to stain on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, this can't be the first post. Like,
yeah, we do a lot of like, I'm not gonna say self-sabotage, but some people just nitpick on every single thing. I posted this. I'm like, y'all just get started, man.
Get into
Nobody
it. Yeah.
Really looking at all that. Girl, get you one of them tripods. Put that shit up and just leave it.
Yeah. And like I said, like I was doing it where I was putting it on the kettlebell or any surface, just putting it up there and recording it.
Have you thought about actual training of the women?
So I feel like I was back and forth with it for a while. I did start back home for like a few months, but just with work, you have to have a balance. And I was working full time Monday through Friday. 8 to 4, you know what I mean? Like a regular. So there's no time in between for me to be training. I could either go super early in the morning or we could be training late at night.
But by that time you just
I want to get my workout in.
Work fast.
Right. I want to get my workout in and go home and relax. And so I did train for a little bit, but the thing is, like, I would definitely be willing to do it if I knew that it could 100% pay my bills every single month.
You could do that shit online though.
Like online training, I know, but see, that requires graphic. That requires somebody who has that niche for niche.
I say niche.
I say niche too. It sounds right.
Niche.
But somebody who has that niche for the website and all that. I don't have that. I have no drive when it comes to that. I'm the type of person, I'll start something and I'll completely leave it, and then 3 months later I'm like, damn, I never finished that. I never completed that.
What you saying?
And then I'll be like, well, I want to do something else now. I'm bored.
I see what you're saying.
I
see what you're saying. Sometimes I feel like, and I was talking to my sister about this the other day. I feel like, now that I'm in a transitional, kind of period in my life right now. I've been training full time since 2019. I'm gonna forever train. Like, that's my passion. I love that. But doing other things, adding other things to my bag, starting this podcast. People always told me, Jazz, you might as well start a podcast. And it been in my heart to do it. So I'm like, go ahead and do that shit. Boom, got that. Doing massage therapy. Sometimes I feel like, damn, Jazz, I'm doing way too much. Sometimes I just got to sit and, you know what I'm saying, just kind of pause a little bit, take a deep breath. Because my life right now, I'm going.
Back and
you
forth.
know what I'm saying?
Nonstop. Do you feel like you have time for yourself?
I make time for myself.
Okay.
Thursdays are like my time. I don't have any clients in the evening. I take my Thursdays and also my weekends for myself, because it drains me.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
Can imagine.
I gotta put that phone on D&D, because they will. If you let your clients run you, they're gonna run you.
Nope. They'll text you after hours. Like,
yes, you gotta you gotta set some boundaries. So yeah.
Yep. Clients, they can be friends, but you got to keep it professional when it comes to business, because that's how you make your money. So I completely understand.
Oh, for sure that. So I wanted to let's get into the spicy talk now.
Juicy.
Let's talk dating. Let's talk dating. So I want to know, you doing what you do, how do you mesh like your dating life within, I guess, your work? Because it's like, do you even have time for dating? How do you do that?
So do.
Okay.
So do.
Yeah.
So like I work Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, but I'm at home all day. So when I get off work, I have to be social. Like, I have to see people. I have to do something, because like I said, I'm stuck in the house. I don't have
I'm turn this fan up a little higher. You can keep on going though.
No, you're good. I'm the type of person who, even though I can be with my job, I can be on my phone and be kind of chilling, but I have to be in person and be talking to somebody at some point throughout my day, or I feel like I'll go crazy. Because as you just said, and you can tell, I'm very social. So communication is that's my favorite thing to do. I love to talk. I could talk to myself all day.
Yeah.
So when it comes to dating, I feel like I don't really lack there at all. I can make time for somebody that I'm interested in. You know what I mean? And still make it to work the next morning. Still be able to clock in and get my full day through. And because I don't play by my money, I don't miss my money. That's one thing I don't miss is I'm gonna get to work. But I date. I do. I date.
Toxic traits. Like, one of my toxic traits is I self-isolate myself a lot, especially if I'm going through a lot of stuff, because I don't want to dump my problems on people. If I'm going through something, I'm gonna deal with that shit right now. That's something that I'm working towards now. A couple years ago, I wasn't aware of that. Now I'm aware of that. So, I can come to the relationship and let her know, that's a toxic trait of mine. If you gonna fuck with me, cool. If not, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on that though. You feel me? So do you have any toxic traits? I
gotta no, this way. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do better.
Yeah.
But when I do drink a lot, sometimes I can get a little aggressive. Now, it just depends on how somebody starts me though. I don't just get aggressive out of nowhere.
What do you mean? So aggressive, what is it? Is it more of sexual aggression, or is it fighting aggression? Bitch, get the fuck up off me type shit. What kind of aggression is it?
I think it's sexual, to be honest.
Okay, well, ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
I think it's sexual.
I think it's wrong with that. Okay.
Because I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover for real. I'm a lover. I don't partake in physical, that type of thing.
Okay.
But people just tell me, they're sometimes if I'm drunk and I get mad, sometimes I get mad. But not, like I said, I'm not trying to knock anybody out, but I'm just a little bit more vocal with my words than, because when you're drunk, you're not thinking.
Right, of course,
you're not thinking about what you're saying before you say it. So sometimes I say things, but not things to hurt people, just things about how I feel. I'm very vocal about how I feel when I'm drunk. It's almost I just have no filter type of thing. But I don't even know if that's considered a toxic trait.
Yeah.
I'm very clingy.
Okay.
Very clingy.
Okay.
So I'm complete opposite of you. Even if I have something going on, I will not self-isolate. I want to be around somebody. Okay. And I'll figure that shit out later. I'm fuck that shit. That shit ain't finna stress me out. I'm finna live my life.
Yeah, that's something that I'm working towards though. Because
it takes time.
Because I know I'm noticing when I do let it out, I feel better. I feel better. But it's just, I don't know. I guess this innate thing in me, like, no, Jazz, you can handle that shit. Like, all that shit. That. But then again, I understand that we are socialites. We're emotional beings. Like,
Yes.
you got to let that shit out sometime.
You do. It'll bottle up.
That's a fact.
And then it's all bad.
That's a fact. That's
Somebody
a fact.
gonna get it.
So, what are you into? Who are you into? You like men, women? Like, let's talk
Everyone.
about it.
I just everybody.
So,
Both
okay.
of 'em.
Okay.
I like men. I love women. Love
Okay.
women. And you know how they say like some women go through that phase where it's like, oh, you just go through the phase of liking women. I've liked women since I was young.
Okay.
Since I was a kid. And I remember being in elementary school and like being attracted to women. Not in that type of way, because you know, when you're young, you don't know. I don't know nothing like that. But I just remember being attracted to women and, you know, at the same way I was with men.
Okay.
But growing up in a Christian household,
Oh, and they weren't having it.
was not having it at all. So I was just told that we grow up and we marry men and we have children and, you know, we do what we're supposed to do. And at first I was all about it. I didn't think to really dibble and dabble into women until I was, you know, old enough to be able to do it on my own and not have to have my parents' approval. Or even my parents' understanding, because at the end of the day, I am my own person.
That's a fact.
And no matter what somebody says, if you like something, then you like it. You can't change how you feel, you know, inside.
Facts.
So there was I remember in the beginning, I dealt with a girl, and I was telling
first relationship was a girl.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. In the beginning, I dealt with men.
Okay.
But then I was like, you know what? Like, there was just one girl that I met, and I was just like, damn, we get up, like, we just, like, she was my twin flame.
Okay.
Like, we were just, like, here with each other. And I remember I took her to my mom's house one day, and I was telling my mom, I'm like, yeah, Mom, this is, like, this is a girl that I'm, like, talking to. And she's like, that's your friend. And I was like, no, like, this is somebody I actually like.
Yeah.
And it was just never really accepted. Now, you know, my parents never said anything off the wall to me or anything, but they were just like, you're going to marry a man, you're going to be with a man.
They still say that now?
Well, so there's a lot with my parents, which we could talk about on another.
Yeah, I got you.
On a personal thing, but
Yeah.
From the last conversation, yeah, my mom was just like, you know, you like what you like, but
Just old school. I ain't gonna say my grandparents for sure was like that. But see, with my parents though, it's like kind of like don't ask, don't tell type shit.
we don't want to know.
Yeah,
They're like, we don't want to know.
I don't even talk to them about people that I'm dating,
Yeah.
women that I'm dating. You know, it's just something that we just don't talk about.
But yeah, but I feel like that's just not fair. You know, you want your parents to be your not you. You know, this is not everybody, but you want your parents to be your number one support system. You want to be able to go to them, you know, with problems and with issues, because these are your parents who were together and made you. So they could give you the best advice about, you know, you dating.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's just not fair when parents are like, I don't want to know about it. And it's like, well, when I go get married, I mean, do you want to come to the wedding?
You see yourself marrying a man or a woman?
There we go. So
There we go.
in the beginning, I could not see myself marrying a woman.
Okay.
I was like, this is strictly just me liking women. I have an attraction, a sexual, a physical, emotional attraction to women.
Okay.
But as I've gotten older and I've actually like been more in tune with my sexuality, I could see myself probably marrying a woman.
Okay.
And I would say I could see myself obviously marrying both, but I'm definitely open to it at this point in my life, because I feel like it doesn't matter the gender. It matters what that person can do for you. Can that person bring you happiness? Sure. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Do you make me happy? You know?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Quick little intermission. Had to give me some tea, y'all. Child, these cramps. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Got me some cramps, though. I mean, got me some tea, though. Listen. So what type of women do you like, though?
I like masculine. Pretty masculine. Pretty masculine women.
So you like a butch.
What is a butch?
Okay.
What is a butch?
So a butch would be considered like the overly hard, like low-key to women that think that like they men
men.
type shit.
Yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I like those because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I like them though.
You don't like her with a little femininity in her? Just a little bit?
I like a little bit of femininity.
Yeah.
But I really prefer a woman who makes me feel very feminine, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. But you still gotta think, like, we still women at the end of the day, like, and it's no knock to my masculine presented women out there, but this is something that I really want to talk about. Like, we are women at the end of the day. Stop going around here in these relationships thinking that we're men, because we're not.
Nope.
We are women at the end of the day. So, sis, it's okay. It's okay if you get emotional sometimes.
Yep.
Like, it's okay. You ain't got to be.
You gotta be
around here
hard. Yeah, you don't gotta be hard.
You ain't got to be like
Let
that.
those
Like,
feelings
be
out.
you, for real, for real.
Let those
Okay.
feelings out.
So, other than masculine, like, what kind of traits do you look at in a woman? Other than masculinity, like, what else you like?
I like somebody who can have good conversation. I like the not possessive in a bad way, but I like a woman who's about me. Because I feel like it's a lot easier for a woman to get another woman than it is for a man to get another woman. If that makes sense.
Expound on that.
Like, I feel like with men, their options are a lot more limited than it is with women. Especially because when a woman looks at a man, they're thinking, how much money do you make? Who can you provide for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? With women, it's just like, hey, you fine as hell. We don't give a fuck how much you make. You can make whatever you want to make, baby. I don't care. You fine. You a woman, and I want you because we're the same. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm loving this. Continue. I'm loving this.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
but
I'm loving it.
Like, literally, like, men just don't have the same amount as many options as women do. And so when you're a woman dating another woman, like, our options are open. Like, especially if you're fine, you could probably go out there and pull a lot of women who are not even into women compared to the men that might try to pull that same woman. They probably couldn't get her.
Okay, so let me ask you this. And like I said, we kind of talked about this off camera. I love talking to bisexual women because I want to see, like, what goes on, especially in y'all heads within relationships. Like, okay, so we know what you look for in a woman. So what do you look for in a man now? Like, just like you said, is he a provider? Like, what else? What do you look for in a man?
So, like, good qualities. No red flags. Personally, for me, no kids.
Okay.
A man who can take care of himself, who can provide for himself too. Because I've met men who rely strictly on being in relationships and then having the woman do everything, cooking, cleaning. I'm like, babe, I'm sorry. We and as traditional as we can get here, like, I'm not sitting at home and cooking and cleaning for you every day, and we're both working full 40 hours a week. Let's be real. But then the men are like, oh, well, if you stay at home and I'm taking care of the bills, then you got to do that. I'm like, what if I don't want to do that? Right. Like, why can't, like, I don't.
I feel you.
I like good men, though.
Yeah.
I like good men. I give everybody a chance.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay, so would it be safe to say,
yes,
does the man have to come with more to offer than the woman?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wait, do you mean when I'm dating a man or compared to dating a woman?
Correct.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like with women, it's just so much easier. We understand each other. Like, we're not in competition with each other. Men feel like they're in competition with us. They feel like they have to be doing more than us for them to feel more masculine, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
Women,
that's
we're
a
not.
Deep statement.
Yeah,
now.
And with women are not. We're not trying to, like, the women that I date. They're not trying to be more masculine than me. That's not their goal. They don't have any. They're not even thinking about that.
So I want you to touch more on that. You said you feel like men are trying to outdo women. Like, how so? Talk about that.
In regards to masculinity. So when a woman makes more than a man,
okay,
it can demask.
Emasculate them.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
think it's emasculate. I think that's the word.
Emasculate.
I don't know shit. Look, we making up words.
We done made words up this whole time. We might as well go with it. Shit, it sounds right. Emasculate, but I feel like it's like when a woman makes more than a man.
Yeah, emasculate.
Yep. It emasculates them because they're like, okay, well, if you make more than me, what can I provide for you that you can't provide for yourself? Men rely on providing. They want to provide. When they can't provide for you, they feel like they can't do anything for you, and they no longer want you. That's tough. let me take
What?
That's deep.
The men that let's say the men that you've acquired, because I'm not gonna say that that's for all men. We're not gonna talk in absolutes, but the men that you've acquired. Wow, that's I ain't never heard nobody say it like that before. Okay.
Even guy friends. I have a lot of guy friends, and when I say friends, we are strictly friends. We don't fuck. We don't do none of that. Never done none of that. But they'll tell me like when they're dealing with girls, and if they're like, oh, she's got more than me, or oh, whatever the case, they're like, I'm done fucking with her, because they're like, I can't do anything for her.
That sounds like you're insecure. That right there sounds
absolutely.
Like
it is definitely insecurity. It's definitely an insecurity for sure. And that goes back to another thing. That's why I feel like women, we don't have to worry about that, because I feel like when you're dating another woman, it's kind of hard to be insecure. What do you think?
I'm listening. It depends. It depends on
the person.
Dating. It depends on the person.
That is true.
Yeah, because you have some.
I can't put it on everybody.
Yeah, you know, it depends. Like you have some masculine presented women out there that they mooch off of their woman, and then you have some masculine women like myself. I'm a provider. Like I want to provide for my family.
Right.
But like I said, it depends. You got some women out there that rely on their woman. That ain't me. I can't get to it, but it's a case by case basis, man.
Yeah, I feel like I would consider myself masculine when it comes to men.
Okay.
I would consider myself masculine, and a lot of times they don't like that at all. They don't like that I'm very independent, and that I don't really need to rely on them for anything. Like I've had many men tell me, they're like, "You're too masculine. Like you need to be submissive."
Let's talk about
sorry, not masculine, dominant. There we go. They say I'm too dominant.
Okay.
I'm controlling.
What do you? Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. What do you give off to the man that they say that you're so dominant like that?
I like things to be my way.
Okay.
And usually it's supposed to work for both of us, but they don't like it. They don't want it to be. They want to be able to control everything and have it go this way or that way. But I'm like, no, I'm not listening to you. Like I don't care what you say. And so man, I'm trying to think of the words to say.
Good.
So men will be like, not all men, men that I've dealt with, men that that I've had conversations with. They'll tell me that that I need to be submissive to them, right? But what have you done for me to want to be submissive to you? Where do you feel that I am comfortable enough to allow myself to take the back seat while you handle everything? It's rare. I have not had very many men do that at all. And they want me to be submissive in the beginning, and I'm like, I can't rely on you for that. You've done nothing to show me that I can all hands off deck and let you control everything. Because it just doesn't work for me. And I think that's one issue that I have with dating is in the beginning I'm like, I want it my way. And when we get to that point, we could do it. We might be able to do it your way, but you got to show me that you are really like for real. Because a lot of men they'll play that role, and then as soon as they get what they want from you, whether that's sex, money, time, they're done with you.
This is true. I have a lot of conversations with men, women, and for the most part, men want their woman to submit, but it's just like in the conversations that I have with the woman, it's like 9 times out of 10, y'all don't care about submitting, but what am I submitting to?
Who am I submitting to? Like, who?
You gotta be that guy.
Yes.
You gotta be him.
Him.
If you ain't him, she not about to submit to you, bruh.
Right.
You gotta be that man. Like,
you took me out on one date, and you want me to submit to you. That's crazy.
That's true, though.
That's crazy. You didn't even pick me up for the date.
That's true.
We met up.
That's true.
But you want me to submit to you? No.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd.
Like, do you even know your purpose? Are you living in your purpose? What outside of work, what are you doing to add value to the world? Like, what are your morals? What are your principles as a man? Like, what is your vision for your family?
Right.
Like, you got to be able to answer these questions. And when I ask you this question, you can't be looking like, don't know what the You got to be a man's man.
It'll be the same guys who will tell me, they're like, oh, you're in the club too much. How do you know I'm in the club? You saw me there. You were at the club as well. Like we're both in the club too much. What do you mean? It's not just me. Like it's absolutely. I I don't understand, especially the dating scene in Houston. I feel like back home in Indiana, our dating scene is completely different.
Let's talk about it.
We have it's a smaller city, first of all. We're 1/3 of Houston. So think about just downtown Houston kind of being like Indianapolis, Indiana, right? Y'all got like Katy, y'all got all the outskirts. Like we have those, but people even out there consider that still Houston, right?
Okay.
Our like little outer cities.
I wouldn't say that. Katy is Katy, but I see what you're saying.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
Westheimer,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
like, but back in Indiana, like Indianapolis specifically, like the men out there were a little loyal.
Okay.
They were a little loyal because they didn't have as many options.
Few and far in between.
Yeah, there's so many options out here. It's like a man will be like, oh, I don't like you. I don't like what you provide. I don't like it. Whatever. I'll just go get the girl in Katy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go to Sugarland.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Spring.
A lot of options out here.
Pearland. Yeah. In Indianapolis, it's like you got the girls in Indianapolis, and that's it. That's all you got.
So, as far as dating men, what are some of the challenges that we talked about? Men say you're dominant, but other than that, like what are some problems that you usually have dating with men?
Consistency. And women, I never have an issue with consistency when it comes to women.
Okay.
Because I feel like if we want to, we will. Like, that's one thing that we both think the same about. Like, if we want to, we gonna do it. If we like somebody, we like them. Men, they just try so hard not to have that emotional connection in the beginning.
Okay.
But consistency is a number one for me. I feel like I shouldn't.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I shouldn't be texting you first all the time.
Okay.
Because you don't want me. Just say that. You don't want me, just say that. But that, and then also I get, like I said, I'm a little clingy. So I get attached kind of fast. And so I'm like, if you have free time, we should be hanging out. But not all the time. Not every time. I know that some people do like their alone time. I do too. I like to be alone sometimes. I don't want to hang out every single day. But I feel like if we have the opportunity, like, why not? This is especially in the beginning. This is the perfect time for us to be getting to know each other. We can't be texting on the phone every day, all day. That's not gonna work.
Safe to say, one of your love languages is quality time. What else?
Quality time, physical touch. I like it. It made me tingle a little.
Okay.
Physical touch for sure.
Okay.
But I try not to give it up on the first date. I normally don't. But there have been a few slip-ups.
I just want to say, like, this episode is going to be by far the best one. Like, I'm loving this shit right now.
Real. I
am loving this.
Sometimes you get a little,
Okay, so what makes you want to just give it up on the first night?
Man, there's been a few candidates that I've met where we just clicked. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like the puzzle piece was put together. Like, I'm sitting here in my head. Now liquor was involved, okay? Liquor was involved usually, because if not, I probably wouldn't have, But not saying I was getting taken advantage of. I most definitely wanted to do it.
Okay.
But in the beginning, it's just like there's, like I said, a few people that I met where it just flows. I'm sitting here planning our wedding in my head. I'm like, damn, who's gonna move in with who? Like, are we gonna get our own? Like, are we gonna stay in 2 separate cribs? I'm like, no, we can't do that. We gotta be together. Like, I'm sitting here playing all this shit out. Next day, nothing. I'm like, damn. But not specifically the guys that I've, in general. Sometimes it's just inconsistencies. Like, and it's like scary with dating nowadays because we really don't know what somebody's doing. You have to really get to know somebody and see who they are just as a person in general before you get to that dating point. Because I want to know what you're like when you're happy, when you're angry, sad, when you just don't give a fuck. I want to see all those, because when you're getting to know somebody, you're clearly just you want to see the good things, right?
Right.
You want to show somebody the good things about you, but it's not always going to be good. And then so sometimes when you're dating in the beginning, you see some bad shit and you're like, oh shit, I've never seen you act like this before. Yeah. And sometimes it's to the point where you're like, oh shit, I gotta back up. Like, I didn't know you was like that for real. Because sometimes people will mask it and they won't show it. So I'm trying to work on not doing so much in the beginning.
Okay.
And not allowing so much free time for somebody for me to get to know somebody in the beginning.
Okay.
I feel like, and so when you were saying you like to sometimes like isolate, like self-isolate,
yes.
I was thinking, I'm like, that's good. Sometimes it's good to tell people like, nah, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to see you. Like, And sometimes with men, when I'm dating men, they're like, oh, I like that shit. She don't care to see me today? Oh, no, I got to hit her up tomorrow now. Now it's really a challenge. You know, when you do it too easy, they're like, oh, shit, it's too easy. Now I don't want to fuck with her. You know what I mean?
Okay. First night, was it man or woman? Have you had
both?
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about the women though. Let's talk about the women's side.
Man, it was on my birthday.
Okay. Yeah. So you was feeling yourself.
It was on my birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
I was feeling myself, and then it was just this girl, and it's back home, and we
had y'all a time, huh? Y'all
had a time, and I don't even think I had to work in the morning, but I woke up super early, and I ended up staying at her crib. And we just had a time, like, no strap. But, man.
That'd be the best. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I'm a pillow princess.
Don't tell me that now.
I am a pillow princess. I'll just sit there. Go ahead. Not for real. I don't know what it is. And I really like a woman who, like, enjoys, like, pleasing me, too. I'm like, that shit is a turn. Oh, like, get me right. Yes. Like, feet be, your toes be, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. I like that shit.
Right.
But, like, even that night, like, on my birthday, like, that girl, I'm not gonna lie, we was lit. But it was such a good time. Like, she was just doing everything. Like, I don't remember. I might have fingered her, to be honest. But I think that's all I did. And I have ate pussy before. And she told me it was not good. Okay. And I was like, damn.
Okay.
Well.
so you like them touch me nots. You know what a touch me not is? It's basically a masculine or whomever. You ain't got to be masculine presented, but just a woman who does not want to be pleased. Her pleasure is pleasing her woman.
100%.
I used to be like that, but
now you gotta get yours.
I grew up out that shit.
You gotta get yours.
No,
so what do you like?
As far as what, sexually?
Yeah. Cause I've met very few females that like to be pleased. Because like I said, the ones that usually go for it, like you said, they're touch me nots. Like I tried to touch her and she was like, not the girl that I was on my birthday, but the one that we talked about before. And she was just like, no, like you're good. Like I'm gonna do my big one. You got it.
Sexually, if I'm not attracted to you mentally, spiritually, of course, physically, I'm not even gonna go there with you.
Right.
Sex to me is more than just the physical friction. With me, it's a spiritual exchange. So when I wanna, if I see myself having sex with her, I gotta vibe with her. Because I do a lot in the bedroom, and I'm not about to be doing all this extra shit if I don't really like vibe with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So sexually, I love just, like I said, the overall connection, body to body, skin. I don't always gotta be strapping it. It's just, we can just be making love. We can just be kissing. Hugging. Like I can do that all night.
Listen,
like
sometimes you could just get off.
Just do that all night. Just like that. Real love making. That's intimacy. What I like.
Genuine intimacy, like
intimacy.
Like being in somebody's presence, and you don't have to really do anything physical.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
I feel like I could do this. I'm kind of the same way too. I could do that, but the physical do be good.
Now I do not like penetration. Inserting anything to me, I don't like. I love head. I love all that. You can touch me everywhere, lick everywhere, but just don't insert nothing up me.
So no finger.
No, nothing. I don't want anything to insert.
The camera looks crazy. Nothing.
I had to let that be known.
Once and
that's just not what I'm into.
No, I wasn't. She used it on me.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I'd never used it on her. No, she didn't. Like I said, she didn't even want me to barely touch her at all. Like, she just really wanted to, like, and I was like, legs opened up. I was like, hey.
Come on, we going to have to do something.
We got to do something. We got to get right. I didn't like, but like I said, I didn't like the strap, though.
You didn't?
No.
She probably wasn't stroking you right, though.
Oh, no, that motherfucker
probably was still.
Because, like I said, I'm bisexual, so I also have had.
It ain't the real.
Yeah,
okay.
It just wasn't hitting. It's like when you go and get like vegan chicken loaded fries or something. Like, it's not chicken, you know what I'm saying? But it might be close. It's just not hitting.
Shit is funny.
For real. Like, it's just not hitting like that regular chicken, that chicken fried chicken, the cut up.
Is it Okay, so was it the material? Like, was it the actual dildo, or was it her stroke? Cause they make dildos that I ain't gonna say they just like the dick, but they try their best to make it fit. I just feel like it's about the stroke though. You gotta
It could have been
stroke it
the
right.
I just remember like tried many ways. That motherfucker was
my
just
God, that
it
shit
was
is
not
funny.
hitting. I was like, let's try something else.
That is so funny.
That was the only time I've ever tried a strap.
That
ever.
is funny.
But I would be open to trying it again. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say no, never. But I did it, and then that one time, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't have to do it. If my woman wants it, then of
You do
course I will do that for her.
But if not,
I don't have to.
I feel that. I know that's right.
It's some women out there that I got to do it, but no knock. I'm not. You like what you like. I'ma always say that. I'm not here to condemn you for what you like. Me, I don't have to do it.
Yeah. So let me ask you.
Ask me.
Let me ask you something. So woman to woman, right?
Okay.
When woman to woman who deals with women. Have you ever had any like interesting like smells or just something where you're like, hey, wait a minute, because I got the same thing you got. What we got going on?
I've never. Okay. To look back at, I don't know.
Never?
I've never had no smell to where, hell no. Now let me not say that. My first ever encounter. I was in 17. It wasn't the freshest, but we was young as hell though. Not in my adult life. I haven't encountered that in my adult life. What about you?
I have.
Ooh,
I encountered one person.
How'd you deal with that?
It was giving BV. It was giving BV. But it's like, why would you pull up on me?
That's what I'm saying.
And you got me touching your coochie. And your coochie is like, come on now. You can't do it like that.
What'd you say? That's the question.
Bro, like, I just remember I stopped. Oh my I was like, it was like.
You smelled that shit through them damn panties?
We was in the car. And I just remember it was, the whole night, it was just on my fingers. I just couldn't get it on my fingers the rest of the night. I was in there scrubbing. I'm like, yeah. That motherfucker was stuck like glue. Like, I had to, man.
Oh,
it was crazy.
God.
And the girl that I was dealing with, she does not deal with men. So I'm like, damn.
Gosh.
I'm like, does the girl that you dealing with, did she give you BV? Is she dealing with niggas? You know what I'm saying? Because you know how that go.
Yo, I am crying, laughing inside.
I'm for real. You said we was getting
Oh
spicy.
my gosh. I wouldn't. Oh my goodness. Yeah, in my adult life, I'm not. I've dealt with women who just wasn't well versed in the bedroom at all, and that was kind of
awkward.
It wasn't awkward. I made her. I made it fun though.
You was teaching.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've dealt with that, but never any bodily smells, anything like that.
And that's strong. Like that mug will clear. Like we were in the car, so you know.
What'd she say?
It was like hotboxing.
What the hell she say? She ain't say nothing?
Nah, she didn't say anything. I just remember like I said, like, you know, she's touching me and kissing me and all this stuff. And I remember she like undid her pants and she took my hand and put my hand down there. And so I remember I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and then like I got done, I stuck it out and I was like, and like I think it went past my hand a little bit and I was like, woo! I'm like,
what it smell like?
I'm like, that motherfucker is strong.
What it smell
like? It smells
like?
like strong cooch. Like it doesn't smell like fish. It smells like, I can't even, strong discharge. Cause you know, we're women. We discharge. Shout out to the bitches that go to the club with no panties on. I don't know how the fuck y'all do it. Man, that motherfucker, man, listen, shit. I'm telling you, shout out to y'all. I need to know y'all. I want to know what y'all do because maybe one thing about me, I'm a discharge a little bit. It's normal.
Especially if you're at the club
sweating hot. My coochie like clean it out. Like, so I don't think, women be, especially with nowadays, like girls be judging other girls for discharge. I'm like, maybe that's normal. Yeah. Like, yeah, like you're gonna discharge. Like, it's nothing wrong with discharging. But if you got a smell, a stench,
pungent,
anything with your coochie, just go to the doctor. And you got to be real with your doctor. Tell your doctor everything you got going on. Be honest with them. Keep it 100, because that's the best way that they're gonna be able to treat you. Because a lot of times you just need to go to the doctor, or you just need to, maybe get some probiotics or something. But
You going over there, knowing that your shit ain't the freshest. You taking somebody's hands and you putting that down there. That shit is wild as fuck.
like, you set me
shawty.
up. Set me up for
That
failure.
shit wild, bruh.
And she had a girl. That kind of sound bad on my end, but
That shit wild. Get your shit together.
literally,
You smell down there.
yeah, and it's strong. So it's like,
We grown now. We ain't 16, 17 years old now.
get it right. Get it right. Get it
Lord have mercy. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and I just never hung out with her again.
Besides that, like, what was like one of the most bizarre, like, bedroom stories you have?
With men or women?
Shit, let's talk about both. Let's talk about men first. Bizarre bedroom story.
Bizarre bedroom story with a man? I could tell you about something. It wasn't bizarre, but it was crazy. I felt some type of way. I went to, so if you're an indie animal, I went to IU for the weekend, and I went up there to see a dude, right? And I'm at his crib. We go to the pool. We in the pool. We kicking it in the pool. Yada, yada, yada. We're not even drinking. Like, we're not drinking at all. We're completely sober. And we go back to his room, and I'm laying in his bed. And I look over to my left, the little corner on the side of the bed. It is a bra and panties down there. A full set of bra and panties. Whose fucking bra and panties is in your crib like this? That shit, I still fuck though. I'm not gonna lie. I still fuck. No, I'm not gonna hold you.
Yo, you got me over here rolling.
That shit was bizarre.